Action. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Booyah podcast.
Let's go. I'm here.
I got a really exciting guest today.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you've all been waiting for, Jason Ott.
Wow. I can hear them clapping.
Yeah, it's rowdy downstairs.
It's rowdy down there. They're waiting for us,
So, yeah, man, we got a tribute to, that's not even a tribute tonight. What are we doing tonight?
This is just the party with Tang.
Just a Tang sauce
It's just
party.
It's just a big old Tang hang,
Dude,
That's what we're doing.
And I didn't even know they had all these vocalist guests
on
tonight, too.
Oh, yeah. Got the backpack coming through.
Yep.
I've seen some of them around town, Clockwise, obviously, a figure.
Yep.
That we've known for a little bit, so, yeah.
Yeah, a whole crew. So, You guys, if you haven't come to a Booyah, you're missing out.
Yeah.
If you can't make it out on Wednesday, I'm just going to plug the show now early. It's we've got a show coming up on April 19th at Backy's Brewery.
Oh, yes.
Are you on that one?
Yes, I'm on that.
Let's go.
Wouldn't miss it. We always have a blast in there.
And this is going to be Mike D's first show back.
Mm-hmm.
He has been studying away.
Yeah, he's been a recluse for a little bit, so
yeah.
He's gonna let it all out.
That's what I'm saying.
He's really gonna let it all out.
So don't miss
in a
that.
responsible way.
Of course.
It's
the only way we do things around here.
Always.
So, dude, let's get these people kind of introduced to you a little bit. They see you on stage every Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
They get these phenomenal bass solos once per Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But tell me about. You started playing bass pretty damn young.
I did. Yeah. So I started playing bass after, and this is no joke. Remember that was a School of Rock cello? It's a bass thing.
Yes.
One of my friends, AJ Bauer, I will never forget. I was playing cello, and he's like, "We have a band. I want to get a bass player going. You play cello. It's like a bass." He did the whole cello. It's a bass thing.
So you played cello.
I played cello for a while. Yeah, I was a little classical nerd, and then
how old were you at that time?
6th grade, 11, maybe 11, 12.
Okay.
And I remember, first band
What was the band called?
Oh, we didn't have a name at first. Oh, you're asking me to dig deep here, but the first name I remember was Lifeline.
Okay.
Lifeline. And we had like a little doop,
Deep.
Yeah. A little rock and roll that'll stop your heart,
Oh man.
Yeah. No, we didn't say that. It's fucking cheesy. But we did that. We practiced in our buddy's basement. I played the guy's sister's bass, so I didn't own a bass at the time. I was kind of couch surfing on basses, you know.
Okay. Did you take lessons or?
I started taking lessons. My first lessons were at Martocchio Music
in Simsbury.
And I had a bunch of different bass player teachers, which was Desron Douglas, which is like insane. He's just an absolute legend of a bass player. He plays with Tranastasio now.
Yep.
He's big, really, really incredible jazz upright bassist. And so I would go over there. I dabbled in jazz, I did like the ensemble stuff, but he was the best thing that he gave me, besides showing me like what it is to be an awesome bass player, was he introduced me to the meters. And he's like, I don't care what you want to play. You've got to learn the meters. You got to learn George Porter Jr.
George Porter, yeah.
This is the granddaddy of funk. You got to do it. So I was like, right, I'll give it a listen. And, I didn't really appreciate what he was showing me until later in life, but yeah. So I had a really good teacher in him, but then after that, it kind of fizzled out, and I didn't really take like electric bass anymore.
Lessons.
Yeah. But I used to but I'd go over to Martocchio whenever I could, try and play upright bass. Remember the blisters on the fingers, I didn't really own a bass at that point, and then I
still didn't own a bass.
For a little while, and then in high school, I remember getting a bass from, I think it was House of Guitars.
In Rochester.
Yeah, in Rochester.
What were you doing up there?
Visiting family. Yeah, which is crazy. That can lead into some other stories if you really want to go there. But
because for anyone listening, Paulie grew up in Rochester.
Yes.
And actually, I kind of know what you're talking about. Like you guys never put together a really close link, I believe. Yeah. What is it? Just go into it. Yeah.
So Paulie and I, House of Guitars just brings everyone together, right? From all walks of life. So Paulie and I were outside. We were recording Lady Hips. I remember I was helping Adam Grover, record the Lady Hips sessions, and we were outside, and we were just chatting. And he was, we were talking about, I was like, oh, what are you doing for Thanksgiving or something? Where'd you do? I'm like, oh, I'm going to Rochester. Like, oh, Rochester, that's cool. I was like, yeah, you know this place, House of Guitars? He's like, yeah, of course. I grew up right around the corner. I was like, oh, that's crazy. And people always do this. Oh, do you know the Nashes? My cousins. And he's like, get the fuck out of here. The Nashes? And so he was neighbors with my cousins growing up. And when I used to visit from out of town, we apparently played together. We had no idea.
His mom would play together.
Yeah, Paulie's mom knew who I was. I mean, he knew my cousins really well. They would stay over after school sometimes when my uncle and aunt were working and stuff. So, yeah, we just, it was like one of those moments. It's like, oh my God.
But it was so long ago. It's like you wouldn't remember that it was a kid you were playing tag with outside back in the day.
I don't remember Paulie, Philippone, and we weren't like close friends or anything. We would just visit for the summers sometimes. So it was crazy.
That is such a weird full circle moment there.
Yeah.
And now look at us. We're playing every Wednesday.
And we're playing every Wednesday. Met him at Hart School. I was like, I know you from a different time in life.
Oh my God, man.
Which is wild. So I'm going to find that picture. There's got to be a picture of little Paulie and me in the backyard.
Dude, we got to find that photo.
I'm
if
going.
you do, post it as a follow-up to this podcast.
I'll do a whole documentary, finding the photo, We'll get in there. We'll find it.
Yeah, Mom and Dad, dig through those photo albums.
Seriously. Hope it wasn't thrown out. We'll get the Philippones on it, too. I'm sure they have something.
So, like, at what point does McLovins come into play? Because you guys were one of those bands that were, like, child kind of rock stars. You got really big, really young. What's the story of like how that came into play?
I'll let that get to my head here. No, I'm just kidding. We started a band as McLovins. I think I was in like end of 9th grade or just finishing freshman year, maybe 10th grade, and I had met Jake, the drummer, at Martocchio Music doing summer jazz camps, and he had met the guitarist Jeff at the time at a different rock camp. I forget what it's called. I forget some of these details, but anyways, we met at a bunch of things, and we came together, and it just had the idea again, just like, oh, let's start a band, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And so we were playing around, we were hanging out at Downright Music. Shout out to Downright, love that place.
Hell yeah.
Just a great place for a lot of people to meet and good community there. So we were
Andrew and Naomi. What's up?
Andrew and Naomi, yes, great people. They really help a lot of kids get into music, which is awesome. So they helped us. I mean, Andrew showed us how to play "You Enjoy Myself" by Fish. He kind of coached us through it.
I was going to ask
with this little thing, and we were just doing covers and trying to play here and there, and we were just filming on the parents' like video camcorder, just for fun, just to post on YouTube, see what happens, let our friends see it. I think it's a little cool, people share it.
Well, it's an impressive song to learn at that age.
Yeah, it was.
You guys were like,
had
it pretty spot on.
Don't worry, people pointed out all the points we made, messed
up.
They did, of course. Fans, come on. Yeah, they picked out every note.
They're like, dude, they're like 10. Come on,
give us a fucking break.
How old were you at that time?
I was probably 13, 14, 14, 15, something like that. Jeff guitar was probably 12 and a half, 13, learning "You Enjoy Myself," just shredding it. Wow. So anyways, we recorded that, and that kind of like this forum fantasy tour picked it up, which is like a kind of a forum for a la Reddit, but kind of early days of that. Like people just to get together. Jam band Reddit forum just to talk different posts. People post about a subject and everybody has their input and stuff. So we woke up with a bunch of emails, people liked it, and it kind of, that one video kind of helped us get some gigs and say like, hey, look, these little kids shred fish.
Yeah.
So that led into a lot of things, and it was funny. I wasn't even that big into fish at the time, to be honest. I can talk about it now. Like, I like fish. I love going to a fish show.
But that is the song that launched you guys into success. So it's like you kind of had to embrace the jam music.
I had never listened to it before, and they were just like, "Let's learn this song." I was like, "Sure, I guess." And I listened to it a little bit, and then we were coached through it a little bit by Andrew, who helped me a lot with that. Just show me the parts. I was terrible at learning music at the time, so I was like, "Sure, show me, whatever, I'll play it."
But like, where did the name McLovins even come from?
That came from that video.
I was going to say.
Unfortunately. Unfortunately it came from that video. I at the time had a bit of a... You see, I think people were wrong on this. I think people were wrong on this, okay?
All right.
I had a bit of a bowl cut at the time. You know, I'm not saying I'm the sharpest dressed or looking guy, but I don't have the But if you can't see it now, you probably could when I was 14.
The resemblance.
But at the time, the guitarist looked even more like McLovin. So somebody just said on the post, like, bassist looks like McLovin on the YouTube. It fucking stuck.
And then you guys are like, that's the band name.
we didn't have a name at the time, and nobody likes naming a band. It's impossible.
Yeah, totally.
Honestly, West End Blend is that's a good name. It's just there's nothing wrong with that name. But but it's so hard. McLovin's so stupid. Lifeline before that, the band, so stupid. And you just sit around, let's name our band. I fucking hate that. Fish, it's a stupid band name. It's a stupid band name.
Oh, dude,
there's so many of them.
Yeah, we can go down a long rabbit hole of top 5 least favorite band names out there.
Oh, man. Yeah, we could go there.
Yeah.
McLovin's is in there for sure for me. It became a curse.
But you know what? You guys you ended up touring like crazy.
Yeah, we did.
We were touring like motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that road dog life. It was doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was funny because our parents, Arch Street Tavern, we were playing here underage.
Kelly was telling me about that.
Yeah, old Kelly. Kelly and I go way back. Oh my God.
I remember when they were under 21.
Oh,
kids! Their parents would usher them in. All of their friends would come.
You bring all the parents. They spend all the money.
Yeah.
Oh, it was lovely.
Dude, it was so funny.
Yeah, we did that, and there was a lot of shows where parents were driving us around in the cars and chauffeuring us here and there, taking us to bars. I mean, it was awesome. I was like, I can't thank my parents enough. Our parents were super supportive of it.
Yeah,
and that helped us get into a point where we could keep touring from there and move on. So
do we have a guest?
Oh my gosh, we have
the
one and only.
Actually, you know what, Jason, you kind of deserve this because first and foremost, you guys have seen Jason on this podcast before. Well, you haven't seen him. You heard him.
Yes. I was off to the side. Yes.
He was off to the side.
Yes.
So now I'm off to the side.
So now, you
we're
should
scrunching.
be in
We're
it.
getting in there.
You
Come
should
on.
be in it.
Get
so
in
everyone
here, baby.
say hello to Bufundo. You remember this guy?
Big happy family here.
I'm just here to do a pop-in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to say hi.
Bufundo, we were just talking about McLovin's tour.
Mm.
And actually, this is great timing.
Oh, man.
You were actually recruited to do a tour with these guys.
I did a tour of those guys.
You did a tour. We recorded an album or a little EP of sorts. Yeah.
Funk No Uno.
Funk No Uno. And a little
Tell us about the first tour you did with them.
We went to Colorado. We bought a lot of fireworks. We almost caused a major accident.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Tell me about that.
We were shooting fireworks off in Kansas, and this truck is driving by. Goes, burr, burr. It didn't see another pickup truck coming, and swerved and kind of went off the road for a second and came back. And we were just standing in this gravel pit, watching it. Oh shit! I hope they don't crash.
Yeah.
And they didn't crash.
No, but they flew. They flew into the side.
Yeah, they went off the road.
We also almost started a prairie fire.
A fire. Yeah, a field fire.
Because if you're shooting fireworks off in the middle of nowhere.
We stole a plant from Chicago from the Walgreens because it was half dead and we felt bad for it. We named him Robert Plant, and we took him, made it all the way to Kansas, and then we blew him up.
We blew him up with fireworks in the middle of nowhere, Kansas, and almost caused an accident.
You gave him a proper funeral.
That plant lived more than that 3 days than it had its entire life in Chicago.
In its whole 3 months of living.
Yeah.
It was a lot. I forgot about Robert Plant.
Yeah.
He was just knocking around in the. You know how the van always has van just has everything.
It was a hanging.
It was just hanging. It was just part
of. Be chilling, just smack you on the head.
You're sitting in the middle row, just
Yeah, he deserved to be blown up.
Yeah. Kansas, we drove through. Did Colorado.
Kansas sucked.
Kansas did suck.
Remember the fight? There was a fight at the club we played.
Yeah.
There was 15 people there, and there was a fight. The raccoon.
There was a raccoon.
Memphis.
There's a raccoon that some ladies were egging on this raccoon that came into the
bartender.
bar.
She the raccoon. I was playing, and it ran in and climbed up the pole right in the front of the stage, and it was maybe 10 feet from me, and I'm just playing staring at this raccoon, and the bartender comes.
Nobody here in the show.
There's 7 people. The bartender grabs it and starts biting the shit out of her hand. and like she's bleeding everywhere and screaming, and like the sound guy's like, take it out back, don't kill it here. And like next song we see this like cooler duct tape shut being like walked through the bar. And Atticus just, it was like the end of the set, and Atticus just goes, all right, everybody, we're the McLovins. That was Mr. Bojangles in the cooler. They're going to slice open his brain and look for rabies. He'll be dead within the morning. Have a good night. That's how we ended the show.
And they did kill
like people.
Yeah.
That sounded just like that. That's it.
Yeah. Just some shuffling around.
They felt like sorry for us.
They did kill that raccoon, though.
They killed the hell out of that raccoon.
Yeah, they did.
They sliced his brain
That
open.
lady should have he was part of the audience. He was the eighth
Yeah.
person. He
Well, they
paid
didn't-
cover and everything.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
He just, like,
And they
paid
fucking
like,
murdered him.
whatever trash he found in the back alley.
Bastard.
Like, here's a bottle cap.
Fucker.
Does he have
Yeah.
a name?
Mr. Bojangles.
Mr. Bojangles.
Okay.
In the taped up
Rest in
cooler.
peace.
Rest in
We
peace.
love you, Mr.
God.
I mean, he'd be
Bojangles.
dead by now anyway,
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah. We had some fun out in Colorado.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was just, there were too many people in the van, but it was so, I wouldn't do that again, but it was so worth doing.
was
You
fun.
know, it was like 14 of us. Ty was there.
Yeah.
Kara.
Fiona was there.
Yeah. It was a whole gang. Is that the tour we had, Ty, with the wood like trussing that we made for the
Yep.
lasers?
That's
We
it.
made these huge stands out of wood, giant wood ones, for him to put his lasers on the sides of stages, just showing up in the middle of nowhere to venues that did not require all of this production.
They got him.
We got him. We had him. We had a sound. We had Dave Fiore on sound with us. Oh, yeah. We started the tour off on a good note, too.
Let's
I'm
talk
gonna-
about that, or you gotta
I'm
go.
gonna,
Yeah! Let's go!
I'm gonna
Jesse's
pass it
gonna-
off to Combs. Later,
Yeah,
fellas.
later.
All right,
Good
swap
seeing you,
out, swap
Profundo.
out.
Get in here.
What's up?
Jesse,
How
grab
we
that
doing?
little thingy,
All
the
right.
little microphone.
Here we go.
Jesse
What
comes.
This
is
is
What's
a
up?
Booyah podcast first, everybody.
Wow.
Yeah, two.
Just
two
talking to the
guests.
green light.
Yeah.
Hello.
But you put it in your mouth.
Hello.
Yep.
I was looking for you both.
Yeah, well, you know where to find us. Chit-chatting away.
What are you talking about?
We were just talking about tour
Yeah.
life, taking some stories with Befundo.
Do I have to hold it like this the whole time?
You know, you can
Or should I clip
hold
it
it like a
myself?
little T. You can clip it to yourself.
Closer.
No, we're gonna pass it back and forth. You know, you can talk into my chest.
I
if
got you,
want.
Jesse.
No, wait, I can do it.
Look at
I
that.
feel like it's gonna be real loud for me then.
No,
you're good.
no. This is high tech stuff.
So what you were talking about tour and
We were talking about
McLovins tour.
McLovins tour
Yep.
specifically, taking Befundo, all the horns, everybody out
Yep.
west with
Circus.
us. It was a circus. It
Circus.
surely was. I don't know how we survived. I don't know how we made it through.
Yeah.
But we did.
it's your Swiss blood.
Jesse, you're here for the best part of this tour stories sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Without naming names, a certain member of that touring crew showed up the morning of your departure
Yes.
in very rough shape,
Yeah.
and I want to hear that story.
Do you want do names not be named?
No names.
No names. So
because-
somebody had a little too much fun. I believe it was New Year's. We left New Year's Day for tour, which is really dumb. Don't leave on New Year's Day for tour. Don't tour January 2nd.
I remember
and
it.
onwards,
I
just
actually-
for a month.
I remember that night actually.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you had some, but somebody showed up at our house late. Go figure.
Typical.
Typical. Showed up late, got in the van, so hungover. One of the most hungover human beings I've ever seen. And there was another member of our team who was with us, also won't be named, and was sitting in front of him. And we were chugging along down the road. I was driving, and made it through the night, or into the night, and it was getting dark. And all of a sudden, I just hear this music is going, people are chilling. I hear this whoa, whoa,
Dude!
I thought people were
Here,
laughing,
sit
you know.
down.
Wait,
Get
sit
in
down
here.
in the party.
I thought people
Here.
were laughing, and so we were going along, and suddenly there's like a kind of like a what was that? We're joking like somebody laughing, somebody snorting in their sleep, and it starts to smell a little funky, and then we just hear, oh my god, fuck, and I look behind me, and one person is just sitting still, just shaking their head like motherfucker, oh my god, so.
So what
The
happened?
hungover person had thrown up all over their back. They had never met each other, by the way.
Oh,
They didn't know each other. This is their first time, all over them. And in doing so, to help save some mess, opened up the person in front of them, opened up their bag, and threw up all over their MacBook. just all in their bag, all over the side of their head. And so we got out, made him clean it, and we were like, Yak Book Pro, and it kept working. But we took like 3 hours to clean the van. It was just projectile. It was everywhere. Again, names won't be named, but that kind of set the tone for that tour. And if anybody ever thinks it's glamorous, it's not. It's not glamorous. It's not. It's fun. It's dirty. It's messy.
Yeah,
but
it's smelly.
Yeah. But Fundo was here, and he actually remembers more about tour than I do. But I don't know how. But
you found a way to just erase some of those memories.
I've moved on, and
them.
I'm not. We've grown up. We've grown up for sure. So, but yeah.
Jason, how do you deal with stress?
How do I deal with stress?
Yeah. What do you do?
Now?
Yeah. What do you do?
Oh, what do I do? Wow, this is getting really deep and personal here.
Yeah.
Stress. I be in the moment.
Yeah.
I think about what my therapist has taught me, over the years.
Nice.
I tried deep breathing, helps
Yep.
a lot. Grounding, thinking about senses around you. What do you hear? What do you feel? And just putting into a little attitude of gratitude. It takes a lot of the pain away, a lot of the anxiety.
Fishing when you're
I go fishing
Yeah.
I go fishing to forget.
Do you take any aggression out on fish?
No.
Are you nice to
Not even
them?
when you're setting the hook.
No. You do it gently. Hey, and then you reel them in. And when you get them, and I taught Jesse this the other weekend when we were fishing.
Touch 'em, right?
No, you touch them. Oh, you give them when you get a fish. Your first fish of the season, you have to kiss on the lips. You gotta be like, I love you.
That's true.
You have
That's
to.
true.
And he didn't kiss.
You have to like drink its
Well,
blood or something.
No.
Like,
No.
Jason took me.
That's the last fish of the season.
Oh, shit.
Jason took me out fishing,
Yeah.
and he sets me up with a rod, and he puts something on the end of the rod, and we go out, and we're casting, and Billy catches something, and I'm like, oh, that's exciting, and I'm casting, and Jason walks over. He's like, dude, there's nothing on the end of your line. And like, there was something, but it
was just the hook.
no, it wasn't just a hook.
Yeah. No, it was a hook at a little weight. But yeah.
It
was
looked
legit.
no.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me.
No, but who's to know?
Hey.
Anyways, yeah, I only go fishing for stress relief. If I'm not fishing, I'm stressed.
Yeah.
And I'm angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Nice.
don't talk to you when you're
Don't talk to me when I'm not fishing. I am holding it in right now. And I don't want to be around any of you guys. Just kidding. I'm kidding. It's all love here.
I'm
It's all
looking
love
forward to some fishing this
here.
summer.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
some
this
floats.
summer. Floats. Big floats. I don't know if everybody knows this, but Sam and I lived together for a couple of years. And in COVID, we had a lot of floats. And I know everybody's been a part of those, but
The floats are epic.
the floats are epic. They were fantastic. That's one way to release some stress right there.
I definitely
Kick
have
back.
some freckles that have never gone away from
Yeah.
being sunburned on floats.
Yeah. Yeah. Clay, you
I'm not a
don't
big sunscreen.
No, you're not. And you're a big layout in the
Sunscreener?
sun. Yeah.
I prefer it unfiltered.
Yeah. You need the pain.
Mhm.
Yeah. You need the peel.
I need to get taught a
Mhm.
lesson early on. You know?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
It
how
just sticks
Clay relieves stress.
Yeah.
By being taught less and just like
Yeah.
generally pushing it all down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
more sunburns on top.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes it better.
More layers.
That's how you get rid of it.
Yeah. That's
All
where
right.
the pain goes.
I got a new thing I want to try.
Okay.
With all the guests, just to give people an idea of like what type of background you have, like musically. And I bet you there's gonna be some surprising answers.
Sure.
And I actually got this idea. Let me get that mic real quick.
Jason has
Oh.
it.
Yeah.
Jason's
Jason's
have-
the guest. He gets his own mic.
Oh, I
always.
have one. Forgot that.
I got two mics, guys. All right. So I got this idea from
Awkward.
Tommy the bartender.
Okay.
And
I was just talking to Tom.
oh wow.
So
He's in.
this is his famous question. When you're in a big group like this, we went around the fire around COVID answering this exact question. So here's the question: you're stranded on a desert island for the rest of your life, and you only get to pick. Well, there's a lot of us here. I think the normal question is 5 albums to have with you. We're gonna just sum it down to 3.
Oh god.
3 albums that you get to have with you on the island for the rest of your life, stranded.
Oh.
This album has to get you through
Damn.
the ups and downs, the good times, the bad times, the hard times of island stranded living.
Wow.
So you guys think for a minute, and I'm going to start us off.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay.
These may surprise people. All right, so the first one is "Night at the Opera" by Queen.
Oh,
Wow. Hell yeah. Do I go?
I'm so unprepared.
I'm gonna go. Do you have one ready?
I have my top one. Yeah, or my first ones.
Well, the reason why is I grew up listening to that almost every day in the car with my mom to and from like school and or like daycare, and just the whole album just brings back memories, and like also every song takes you on like a different journey and puts you into a different almost like
Era or something.
like yeah like a scene. Like there's a song called like I don't know, Prophet Song.
Yes. That one is epic. That one's very like, that's like an odyssey, and it kind of like that whole middle vocal section kind of like puts you in like a trance or something.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, it's like
You
riding
showed
a
me that, and
chariot.
that blew my mind.
Yeah.
But then they got songs like Seaside Rendezvous, which is like just a light, hilarious little quirky tune.
That's like a ragtime thing.
It's ragtime, yeah.
Yeah.
And so like there's so much variety. I think that could last me for a while.
Yeah,
Sure.
man.
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't even think of Queen.
Jason,
My first one that came to mind, I hate answering these. Well, I'm just so bad at these questions because I don't remember names and stuff. But first one that came to mind instantly was "Evil Urges" by My Morning Jacket. I don't know, it's random, right? But that's one of those albums that like hits in the feels every time when that's "Evil Urges" comes on and he's just belting it out. Yeah, I just get amped up, I just want to drive fast.
Yeah.
So anyways,
stay on the
I just
island
wanna-
forever.
Yeah, I could listen to that ever, and he's got the angelic voice, and it's got everything in there for me. So
that's
yeah,
that's a great
yeah,
selection.
yeah.
Jesse's got one on his lapel.
Oh, yeah.
You
Here.
could actually
Oh,
take
yeah.
it off and just hold it, Jesse.
Yeah.
It looks like you like stole that
All right, so you guys did one. You guys
Yeah.
did one.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was on a deserted island, I would want to pick something that I could get like very comfortable with and like that I love, but also isn't gonna like I could listen to. It's like pretty, Anyways,
Not taxing.
not taxing. Yeah. Honestly, I really have always been like a big Taj Mahal fan, and it wasn't even one of his like actual albums, but it was like a compilation.
Yeah.
It was called like Taj's Blues, and it's like a red cover, and I really love that one. And I feel like if I was on a desert island, I would like be sitting underneath a palm tree, like banging on a coconut and listening to that.
Great
And,
answer,
I
man.
love
yeah.
That is excellent.
There's also a song on that, Fishin' Blues, which I feel like every time,
Every time you didn't catch.
exactly.
Anytime you're stressed out,
Yeah.
you just pop that on.
Especially going fishing all the time. Maybe go fishing. There you go. That's my answer.
Was it?
I'm probably going to instantly regret this answer just because I'm sure it's just impossible to choose. But something that came to mind actually was A Deeper Understanding by The War on Drugs. Because like all the songs in that are pretty like chill, but they do have like rock out it's like very easy to listen to,
Yeah.
And they're like long songs and they're beachy songs.
Can I change my answer now? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I didn't know, like, you kind of, like, yeah, I'm already regretting it. There's other ones I should have said, and I misrepresented myself. I don't know.
No.
You
No.
gotta go with
That's
it.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go with that, I guess,
I love that.
There's a lot of routes you can go here, like, because you got to think too. You want to get something that gets you a lot of mileage. Like, what if there was a double album that you could choose?
That's true.
Greatest
Yeah.
hits.
Like, I didn't know if you were going to do that. What's that Little Feat album? The live one?
Waiting for Columbus.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, and that's my number 2. No, I'm just kidding.
Too bad you're stuck. You're stuck there, man. You can't go back.
Oh yeah, that's a
Me-
party on it now.
Me
Yeah.
and Mike D we're like thinking about jukebox songs and like finding the song that gets you the most mileage in the jukebox, and like I feel like the Rolling Stones are the best for your buck.
sure.
Like Exile on Main Street or
Yes,
something?
something like
Just
that.
like a bunch of different shit.
Exactly.
It's a double album.
That's what you should do. People at the
yeah.
bar are going to be happy with that.
Mhm.
They're not going to judge you,
Mhm.
depending on the bar you go to,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to go on forever. And
That'll work for an island too.
That's good.
Yeah.
inflation is a thing, and
What was your? Are we just doing one?
Well, I think just for brevity's sake,
Yeah.
let's keep it to this, and I want to revisit this as you guys come around, and we can kind of change the question too. It doesn't always have to be desert island, but like, imagine you're stuck in a bar, you're locked in a bar during the next world shutdown, and there's only one album on the jukebox.
Yeah.
What album would you want to have
Yeah.
on that jukebox? That changes the whole dynamic, right?
Yeah.
So stay tuned for the next episode, guys, because we're gonna go over those answers.
Yes.
And if you have some answers for yourselves, drop them in the comments below. But we do have.
Smash that subscribe button.
Yeah,
Like and subscribe.
right here.
Bow, 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 bow. Okay, I'm gonna loop us back in though, because we still Jason is the guest of honor still.
Well, please.
And I had a big question for Jason that I want to make sure I ask.
Sure.
There's an ongoing joke on stage almost every Wednesday where Bufundo says, Jason not bass solo. And I just always have such a great time watching your reaction to whenever he calls that.
Yeah.
What goes through your head when he calls that?
Pure panic. Listen, I know I may come off as pretty calm and cool and pretty collected most of the time, but it's pure panic. It's I get shaky, I start sweating profusely. I can feel my stomach drop. I have pretty good control over my emotions now and general, stress levels. That's one of them that just never goes away. Bass solo, I have nightmares about it. It's truly it is hazing. It is not okay. It's bullying.
That's not nice.
And it's not nice. It is unkind behavior from a friend.
Damn is entertaining them.
I know, and apparently, it's not even just a confidence thing. Like, I don't hear anything in my head for solos. It is just whatever my fingers want to do, I go after it, and I just pray to God that it's over soon. And I've started. Thanks.
It's always good.
I appreciate that. I get locked into these things because I don't hear anything in my head. There's nothing like I want to play this note. When you play music, you should generally hear it in your head. You should have an idea of what you want to do. And I've always felt like even just playing bass normally, like I kind of just go with what the instrument wants to do sometimes. I know it sounds cliche, but sometimes it's like you gotta bend to what wants to happen. And I like playing like that. But when I solo, that doesn't even happen. It's just fuck.
Well, I gotta say, man, I mean, I could tell that you're uncomfortable early on when we were calling bass solos, like early when you were playing with Booyah. But like, I think the reason Bufundo does it is it's just entertaining.
It's fun for everyone else.
Watch you be uncomfortable. But now we've put you through it so many times that honestly, I think you've gotten way better.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
it's honestly, I should thank him and you guys for doing, because painful growth is always worth it.
Diamonds are made under pressure.
True. That's true. And there's a little one coming. But we'll see. It's gonna take a long time for anything worthwhile to come out of this. But tonight's another night, and I have a joke that one day I'm just going to walk off stage, and I will do it someday. But that will take even more guts, which is like, fuck!
Just deny the request.
No, just like, oh, okay, and then, just pure silence and just stare at the audience. I've wanted to do that so bad. Just as kind of an anti-solo of sorts,
Yeah. Some space.
Honestly, I think people would like it, so they'd be like, fuck! Now I got it. No, just kidding. So... It started and it's never going to stop. He's even done it. I think my favorite one, there's been two. There was one where earlier on when I was starting to play some private gigs with y'all, and it was during COVID. We played on top of like in like a treehouse. Remember that? It was like a big treehouse thing.
Yes.
And there were like bunny rabbits underneath us.
Yep.
It sounds like a dream. It sounds like a fever dream, but it really, and there was a 360 viewing of us, like.
Really?
And we were given Mountain Dew the whole time. It was fun, like drank a lot of Mountain Dew and nips. I don't know. It was weird, but it was fun. But I pretended to put my bass down and like jump off the tree house, and I almost did it. I got over,
it's like this is going to be like the most rare Pokemon card for the Booyah fans is to get the elusive anti-bass solo.
Yeah. I'll do it someday.
someday.
Comments down below.
All right. Well, before we
Yeah.
sign off, we got to go play a show, guys. Come out to a Wednesday. Come out to a Booyah,
Yes.
Art Street Tavern. We're gonna have more and more guests on this podcast, so please like, share, subscribe. What parting words do you want to leave with our viewers today?
You know, just be kind to your fellow bandmates in life, whatever that may mean. And if you see them uncomfortable, leave them be sometimes. You know, let them enjoy themselves for a while.
Make them play a bass solo.
Make them play a bass solo. Maybe you don't have to. Maybe you can forget today. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe forget today.
All right, Clay, give us another sign off.
All
right, Jesse.
That was my anti sign off.
That's it.
All right, guys. Thank you again. See you next week.
Bye.